This is the Mountaineer Podcast, where everybody's listening. The Mountaineer brings you stories from the peak to peak, in print, and online. Now, listen in to the latest news of the area. It was a big week for local governments. Departure announcements, massive project approvals, and questions surrounding Nederland's new child care center filled the headlines. Welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast. I'm Tyler Hickman. We've got updates on this week's biggest news stories for you today, so stick around. Before we dive in, we've got a quick word from one of our sponsors, the Regional Air Quality Council. This year, set the summer trend. Take simple steps for better air and go electric with your lawn care equipment. Through the end of 2026, take advantage of a 30% point of sale discount on all new electric leaf blowers, lawnmowers, and trimmers at participating retailers statewide. Maintaining your property without gas emissions helps reduce ground-level ozone pollution in the Front Range. Learn more at simplestepsbetterair.org. Now, let's get to the headlines. Nederland's town manager Jonathan Cain is leaving. The official announcement came during Tuesday's Board of Trustees meeting, where Cain revealed he has accepted a job as Lakewood's city manager. He told the Mountaineer the move will allow him to be closer to his parents and siblings. His last day of work will be September 24th. Trustee and former Mayor Billy Giblin thanked him for his time over the past 2 years in the position.
Well, thanks for everything, John. Congratulations. It's a great opportunity. And thanks. And thanks for helping us as we start figuring out this transition.
Cain has been at the helm throughout the town's ongoing acquisition of Eldora Ski Resort and oversaw Nederland's response to the Lakeview fire, which last fall destroyed the Caribou Village shopping center, along with over 20 businesses inside the building. Nederland's former town manager, Dr. Miranda Fisher, will likely serve as the interim manager while the board explores options for Cain's replacement. Mayor Sterling noted an interim could serve up to 9 months, though an official timeline and contract has yet to be determined. Mayor Pro Tem Luke Miller said having an immediate replacement available is a very fortunate position for the town to be in.
Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I think it seems incredibly fortunate to end up in a situation where we need an interim manager, and we happen to have access to one who's incredibly familiar with the role in the town, and kind of seems a little bit miraculous. And also just to say, I can't express enough thanks to John. I don't know that, I don't say this lightly, I don't think we would be in the position we're in talking about Eldora without John's brand vision, which is pretty amazing. So thank you. You've changed the town forever, I hope.
After the meeting, Cain told the Mountaineers' Chris Kelly, quote, "I want to be helpful to this place no matter what. And that's what I'm hoping happens. I don't want to lose it." Discussions regarding Teens Inc.'s previous request to delay the payment of water and sewer fees to the town of Nederland resurfaced at this week's Board of Trustees meeting. 2 weeks ago, Teens Inc. Director Stephen Lefevre requested to defer payment of $360,000 in fees required for the nonprofit's new child care center to connect to town utilities. This money has already been factored into the town's 2027 utility budget, so any delay in payment could affect resident utility rates. The town board was given direction on 3 options. The first, to require payment before opening, which could affect the center's plan to welcome 59 enrollees on September 14th. The total cost of the fees is equal to $416 for each customer who receives town water and wastewater services. Town manager Jonathan Cain noted this does not mean rates will increase by that amount. The town would need a much more detailed analysis to determine how to cover these costs if Teens Inc. can't pay its fees in time. The second choice is to waive or partially waive the fees. This would require the town to draft financial and legal documents to assess effects on the rates and current contracts. The town noted it could require Teens Inc. to cover any legal and administrative costs incurred with this route. And the third option is a multi-year payment plan, which would include interest. When trustees asked Lefevre what concessions he'd be willing to make, he said any option that does not require payment up front would be ideal.
Projects we saw so far. What about like a 3-year plan? Could you, that would up the amount every year.
I think the tighter it gets and the more we're paying, a little bit more painful, but it's a heck of a lot better than paying it all right now. Again, we're trying to set ourselves up for success to best serve the community. And
the $7 million childcare center was expecting to receive $1 million in congressional funding that's currently being held up by red tape. And it's no longer guaranteed. Teens Inc. hoped to use this funding to cover these town fees. In the end, the board voted for both Teens Inc. and town staff to return in 2 weeks with an analysis on what a 3-year payment plan, with that first payment being required by the end of this year, would look like. No further decisions were made. Cain's departure isn't the only big change coming to Town Hall. Nederland Trustee Matthew Kennedy addressed the board on Tuesday night, saying it would be his last meeting as a trustee.
Okay, great. Trustee Kennedy?
Yeah, only thing I have to report is that this is likely my last BOT meeting, as I will be moving out of the community. I just want to thank everybody on staff, all the fellow trustees, everybody in town for entrusting me and letting me be a part of this. It's been a really wonderful experience, and I'm going to miss it. But I will be rooting for Nederland and watching from the other side of the divide, and definitely coming back to visit as much as I can. So thank you all.
Thank you, Trustee Kennedy. We're going to miss you.
It's a town requirement for sitting board members to be Nederland residents. Since Kennedy is leaving, he has to vacate his position. Kennedy was elected earlier this year in March, after being one of only 2 candidates vying for 3 open seats on the board. Applications to replace the trustee opened last week. Any interested candidates must submit the application by August 25th to be considered. Rather than holding a special election, trustees will interview and select a replacement in the coming months. Down the road in Blackhawk, City Council approved a $1.1 million renovation project to turn the historic Ballard House on Gregory Street into a restaurant. The project will add a commercial kitchen and hood inside the building, as well as a large front deck for outdoor seating and a breezeway connecting to the neighboring Stevenson House. Work is expected to be completed by mid-May of next year. And finally, Nederland's Boogie Records has a new groove. The mountain town's go-to shop for vinyl is under new ownership after its founder, Ryan Blackwell, sold the shop to Jeff and Christiana Sanders. The Sanders are music nuts. Jeff's dad was a recording engineer, and he grew up with a recording studio in his basement. He says artists would regularly stop by, including South Park creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone, who would often drop in, unannounced, to work on post-production for their first film.
Butters, get your coat. We gotta go.
Go where?
You're gonna help me freeze myself.
Okay.
The couple plans to keep things steady. Jeff said he doesn't want to push a new style, adding, quote, "I love what's going on up here, and I'm excited to be a part of it." Visit Boogie Records to welcome the new owners and pick up a fresh or well-worn vinyl to support the shop. Those were this week's top headlines. You can read the full stories and so much more in this week's paper or at the mtnear.com. That's all for today. Huge shout out to our reporters this week, especially Chris Kelly, for weathering the long and arduous city council meetings. There are a lot of big changes coming to Nederland, and the Mountaineer is on standby to make sure you don't miss a beat. As always, if you like today's show, make sure to like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts to stay up to date on all things Peak to Peak. And don't forget to share the episode around. It's the best thing you can do to help us grow. Once again, this is the Mountaineer Podcast. I'm Tyler Hickman. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with more news. See you then.
things seem different but the same. I can't tell if anything's changed or just the inside of my head. I can't find out tonight, I'll just keep drinking instead. And I hate when